Hey everybody, I'm back again with another video. This time I'm going over e-bike technology. Now the reason why I'm getting into e-bikes is because I've had a bad knee for a while and I want to start riding bikes again, but where I live there's a lot of hills and certain situations where I just can't seem to ride my bike very far for very long. So I found out about e-bikes, and basically what an e-bike is just a the Tesla of bicycles. You have a battery, a lithium-ion battery that is strapped on somewhere on the frame or somewhere on the back of your bike. Then you have a motor, and there's three motor locations that you can have. You can have the centralized motor that's part of your cranks. You can have a motor on your rear hub or a motor on your front hub. Now, I'm looking at companies that are putting out the complete package. There are a lot of kits out there on Amazon, but I didn't want to go through all of that work, plus the fact that the kits are almost as much as the bike fully assembled, and you have to provide your own bike. So I went and I researched a bunch of different e-bikes that were in the mid to high $1,000 range, and a couple of them are a little bit over a couple of grand, but nothing super exorbitant, nothing over $2,500. Anyway, let's get started with the video.
The Rad Rover is the ultimate all-terrain electric bike and the flagship product for Rad power bikes. The 4-inch wide fat tires, powerful 750-watt geared hub motor, and rugged front suspension make conquering sand, snow, city streets, and hills a breeze. The third iteration of the model, the 2018 Rad Rover, is more comfortable than ever with an all-new stem, riser, and handlebars, creating a more upright riding position, and with the upgraded 48-volt, 14-amp-hour battery, you'll be able to enjoy the ride even longer than ever before. A new high-brightness headlight comes standard across all 2018 Rad power bikes, as well as front and rear rack mounts. Our designers focus on building electric bikes that are built to tackle everyday tasks as well as weekend excursions. With this in mind, we have developed a unique array of accessories which attach directly to the optional front and rear racks of all 2018 models. Ride Rad with the 2018 Rad Rover. Built for everything, priced for everyone.
Okay, so here's some of the reasons why I made the Rad Rover part of my short list. It is a 750 watt motor. It is in the rear hub, which provides you more torque. And since I want to be riding this on sand and on mountain roads and stuff like that, I felt like a fat bike was the way to go. It is a direct to the customer manufacturer, which means there is no middleman. You are going to save on the price, and the price is very good. It is $1,500 for this bike. Keep in mind you are not getting any of the accessories like the fenders and the rack, but that is still a very good price for an electric fat bike. And it also has been around since 2007. So those are some of the reasons why I like this bike. Now, another company I like a lot is the Surface 604 company. Now, they're Canadian based. They have a few different frame sizes. They are also a 48 volt, 14 amp hour battery. They have a couple of different motors. It depends on the model you get. You can either get a 500 watt or a 750 watt motor. the less expensive bike does come with a 500 watt motor, but it should be more than capable of pushing around, most people. And they do have a lot of different specs that I do like. They use hydraulic brakes. They have nice tires. The setup, the frame is all aluminum. So another really nice offering from Surface 604, but the one I really like is called the Boar, and that is a camo fat bike. It comes with all the racks you see. It's set up as a slightly higher grade model. It does have a 750 watt motor that provides you with a little bit more power. It does use a Bafang motor, which is one of the industry leading motors for e-bikes, and it has all of the racking and stuff that you're going to need. Now, I didn't see any fenders on it, so that's probably going to need to be added if you live in a wet area or climate. But other than that, this is another great e-bike.
The new and improved Rad Wagon handles just like a regular bike, yet can handle hauls from the grocery store, extra passengers, heavy cargo, and more. Stylish, safe, and comfortable, the Rad Wagon lets you leave your car in the garage and get biking. A complete redesign from the previous model, the 2018 Rad Wagon features an aluminum frame with lower standover height, comfort cruiser-style sweatback bars, and with a robust collection of accessories with native compatibility, you'll be able to outfit your Rad Wagon for your lifestyle. The new and improved 48-volt, 14-amp-hour lithium battery pack is standard across all Rad Power Bikes models for 2018, and at 672 watt-hours of capacity, you'll be able to enjoy the ride longer than ever before.
So the Rad Power Bikes Rad Wagon is another offering that I am considering. Even though it doesn't give me the fat bike go anywhere capabilities, it does give you a bunch of storage capacity capabilities. If you had smaller kids, that's another thing. If you want to take this thing to the groceries and load up a bunch of grocery bags, there's baskets that can go on the front, there's baskets that can go on the back. It's a cool offering and one I'm considering. It does have pretty much the same specs as the Rad Rover, and the price is also the same. So this is another one in my short list. So Admotor, surprisingly enough, is a German-based company that has just gotten into the e-bike market. Now, I did find it on Amazon. It's not directly sold through Amazon, but through some of their sellers. And it is under $2,000. I think it's like $1,800 for this model. It seems like a viable option, although the amp hours on the battery is a little lower than I would like, but I believe that they use Panasonic cells, which is a plus. They use Shimano gears, but just the base entry Shimano gears. But this is another one that made my short list. It is not as well known of a company, at least in the e-bike industry, as the other two, but it looks pretty promising. Okay, now there's a company that's based in San Diego, that deals direct with China to build their bikes, and it is called Juiced Bikes. Now, they just came out with a model that I just found called the Scrambler, and it kind of looks like a retro mini bike, you know, little moped style bike for $1,500. Looks kind of promising, although everything is saying it's sold out already. And it is also an Indiegogo campaign, but Juiced has been around for about 10 years. So I don't think this company is going anywhere anytime soon. And if you like this style of bike, it is kind of cool looking, although you would not mistake this for any kind of a standard mountain bike or standard bike. But it does have the fat tires, and if you're looking for something more of this style, which is like the Super 73, which is another company that made a retro looking e-bike like this that you would mistake for a moped, and it's pretty cool, but that one's about $3,000. So this is a much more competitive price. Like I said, they look like they're sold out, pretty much all the models, but I believe you can get them on a pre-order, and then when they build them, they'll notify you and send them to you. But this is another viable option if you are not looking for a mountain bike, cruiser, or a standard bike frame style. Now, the actual model that I was looking for from the Juiced bikes was the Rip Current. And the Rip Current is pretty much the race car of the fat bike selections. It's got a 750 watt motor on it that is rear mounted, but a lot of the videos I've seen, this thing really does haul, and it does come with the racks and the fenders already pre-installed, along with tons of different battery configurations. Their smaller batteries are like 14 amp hours, and they go all the way to like 21. They use decent gears and hydraulic brakes, which is a plus as far as what I'm looking for, and the weight limitations on the rider is about 300 pounds, which most of the other ones are about 285 to 300 also. Let's just take a look at that Scrambler though in action, since there is a video on it. Now this one is an honorable mention. I just came across this bike that doesn't look like any other bike that I've ever seen. It is really crazy looking for an electric bike. If you want to get noticed or you want to totally like trip out people, this would be the bike to get. Now it's another one of those GoFundMe, Indiegogo type projects. It's been out for a couple of years, and I believe they are fully funded, and they do have a website, which looks like a pretty cool looking bike, although I don't know how sturdy that's going to be or how much the replacement parts are going to be. So obviously everything is custom built on this bike. guys, those are the bikes that I'm looking at. I wanted to know if you guys have seen any other bikes out there that are comparable with the specs. And I'm looking for a fat bike that has at least 10 amp hours or greater. I prefer 14 as a minimum, and at least a 500 watt motor, although 750 is my preferred size of motor also. I do like the rear hub motors a little bit more than the centrally based motors on the cranks, just for the fact that the gearing and everything is a lot simpler on the rear hub motors, and you have a few more choices in that respect. And they seem to be more affordable also, so replacement parts should be cheaper also. But anyway, if you have any questions about this video or about the bikes that I've looked at, leave a comment. If you like this video, please leave a like, and if you really liked it, please subscribe.